So we are talking about computer resources, and we are talking about what is operating system and what are the functions of the operating system and all that. Okay. Now, if you concentrate more, you will find that there are some other points like what are the types of operating systems. Okay, what are the different types? So basically there are different types of operating system, though I have not mentioned the name of the types. Like suppose we can say some operating systems are very specialized in managing network. Okay, so we can we can call those kind of operating system as network operating system, because those operating systems are specialized for maintaining networks. So network operating system. Some operating systems are used for mobile phones, so we call it mobile operating system. Okay, those are specialized for mobile phones, so mobile operating system. Some operating systems are you see specialized to maintain maybe internet access mechanisms, or you can call it web mechanism. So or to hand those operating systems are specialized to handle web servers. We call it web servers. So those are web server systems, operating systems. So in that way, every operating system can have its specialty, and according to their specialty, we can categorize those operating systems in that way. Okay, like as I told you, network management operating system, maybe web server operating system, this like this. Okay, general purpose operating system, this kind of things. And more specifically, I don't want to mention this because it will be hard for you, like distributed operating system. Distributed is a concept, distributed operating system. So these are the types of the operating system. Now if we see in our surroundings, we will get there are different kinds of operating system, starting from DOS. DOS is known as disk operating system, which was a very old operating system, DOS. Then Microsoft Windows, then Mac operating system, and then Linux or Unix. Okay, Linux or Unix, UNIX. Unix, the name Unix is not mentioned here. Unix. So if we see DOS operating system, the difference between DOS operating system and Microsoft Windows operating system is that DOS operating system follow CUI environment. CUI. What is CUI? CUI, whenever I am saying CUI, it means character user interface. CUI means character user interface. That is CUI interface. And that means in the DOS operating system, whatever you have to interact with your computer system, you have to interact via the in written. That means you have to write the commands through your keyboard, and your computer will work accordingly. That is DOS operating system, disk operating system. It is a very old operating system. Next is Windows operating system. Now Windows operating system provides you the GUI environment. GUI, these terms will come, this abbreviation will be asked to you. CUI, I suppose you know this, that is character user interface, and GUI, it is graphical user interface, which is provided by Microsoft Windows. And then later on Mac operating system, and nowadays Linux operating system, all are GUI. GUI is advantageous than CUI, as because GUI is you can see it is more what I can say, it is more useful, it is more easier to handle for the users. Okay, that's why Microsoft Windows got so much popularity, because when there was DOS, in the DOS you have to write all the commands via the keyboard, and you have to operate your computer system. And then this is very hard to remember, because remembering commands are very hard for the human being. That's why when Microsoft Windows came with its GUI environment, it becomes popular. It becomes popular within a night. So that's why Microsoft Windows has got so much popularity. That is for its GUI environment. Okay, for its GUI environment, it has got so much popularity, right? So Microsoft Windows, and with that Mac operating system, which is some other operating system, then Linux and all that, it has came. Now, if I come to DOS, as I told you, it is disk operating system, and it's basically a very old operating system, and it can work with floppy disk. You don't, I think you don't have seen floppy disk at your generation. I think you have not very much. I don't know whether you have some idea about the floppy disk or not. But previously we used floppy disk, hard disk drive. Still it is there. Optical drives. So all these things are managed by the disk operating system. But disk operating system, the interface is this. This is the kind of disk operating system. DOS operating system and interface chilo erokom. You see here you are getting the command prompt. We call it command prompt. Okay, we got the command prompt. So these are the command prompt, and here you have to write the commands and you have to work on. So basically you don't have that picturize that icons on your phone or on your, I mean, on your computer screen. You are getting icons nowadays. Those icons are not there in the DOS operating system. It was a screen, black screen like that, and where you have to write the command and you have to work on. Okay, so this is basically the DOS operating system. Which is known as CUI environment, that is character user interface. But later on we got GUI environment, that is graphical user interface, and our things become much more easier. So GUI environment comes with Microsoft Windows, and Microsoft Windows, regarding Microsoft Windows, I don't have to tell you much, because all of you are accustomed with Microsoft Windows. You are using the Microsoft Windows. You are in this age actually, where Windows and Linux and Mac operating systems are much more popular than these DOS and other operating systems. So that is Microsoft Windows. Now Microsoft Windows have several versions. Okay, several versions it has. The latest version is Windows 10, which was released in 2015. Before that there was Windows 8 that was released in 2012. Then Windows 7 was released in 2009. Windows Vista was released in 2007 again. So these are the thing, and তার আগেও ছিল উইন্ডোজ ভিস্তা, মানে এরকম মনে করার কোনো কারণ নেই যে উইন্ডোজ ভিস্তার আগে কিছু ছিল না। উইন্ডোজ 2000 ছিল, উইন্ডোজ 98 ছিল, that was much more popular operating system. 98 that was very close to DOS. I mean DOS এর পরেই ওই ধরনের 98 এসেছিল, এবং that has got huge popularity within a day actually. So that was Windows 98. So before that also Windows 3.0 সেগুলো আমিও দেখিনি, মানে Windows 3.0 I have started my work on from Windows to 98. So these are the versions. Gradually প্রত্যেকটা ভার্সনে যেটা হয়, it has got more advanced features and more advanced features, and nowadays we are getting this kind of thing. And nowadays if you buy any laptop, you will get either Windows or any other operating system preloaded in your system, in your laptops and all that, even in your PCs also. So these are the things. These are about Microsoft Windows, you know. And then if I come to again the Mac operating system. Now Mac operating system, you know, it is made by a very popular organization, Macintosh Computers. As it is not an Indian product, so the cost is higher, in the higher side of and it is known as Apple also. It is created by Apple. So basically I mean the Mac operating system is developed by the organization Apple. We call it Apple, and it becomes preloaded in all Macintosh computers. We call it Mac computers. Now some specific versions you can name is this is Mojave, like that, released in 2018. Okay, and there are other versions also. I personally I have not got any chance to use it. Apple or Mac computers. If you have, you can share your thoughts with me, that what is the difference between Windows and Mac and all that. I hope somebody of you maybe have a Mac mobile phone, Apple mobile phone, or Apple computer. I don't know. I don't have. Okay, so I cannot give you very details of it. Users view I cannot provide you about this Mac. But what I can tell you is that Mac users are less than 10% of the global operating systems. Mac users are less than 10%, whereas Windows users are more than 80%. So I am in, I am not in Windows side, or I am not in Mac side also. I am in some other side. I'm coming to that side, but Mac users are 10% of the global operating system users, and Windows are 18%, 80%. Okay, so majority is Windows, but I am in the side of Linux. I use Linux. I personally favor Linux, as because it's an open source operating system. Now, open source is something other aspect. In the open source, like unlike Windows or Mac operating system, what you have to do to, if you want to use Windows or if you want to use Mac operating system legally, so you have to buy it. You have to buy it. You have to buy by providing money. You have to buy it. But to use Linux, as it is open source operating system, I don't have to buy it. It is legally available in the internet, and from the internet I can legally download it, and I can legally install it in my system, and I can use it. So for that, no legal issues I have to face. So that is Linux. That's the advantage of Linux. It's an open source operating system. It's free. It's free. So it's an open source operating system. So that's why I prefer Linux, and not only that side, that for that thing, that is an economical side. With that, Linux, in my opinion, Linux has very strong security, inherent security, if you can say. It can provide very strong inherent security. That's why also I use Linux. Okay. So in my system, if you see, I am using a very popular flavor of Linux, which is known as Ubuntu. It is readily available in the internet. You just download it in your system and you can use it. So that is Linux. Okay, but yes, some of the softwares are developed for Windows, some of the softwares are developed for Mac operating system, some of are developed for Linux specifically. So if you are the user of those kind of software, like suppose if you want to use Adobe Photoshop to edit your photos and all that, that is more specifically designed for Windows operators. So if you are Linux, if you want to use Linux, still if you want to get the Adobe Photoshop for Windows, that will not happen. So according to your choice and according to your need, you have to choose your system. So as my requirement is sufficient with Linux, because I get every features, everything, even in my research also it helps me. So so Linux, I use Linux. So according to your use, you should go for the operating system. Okay, it is not like that somebody is using this, I have to use that thing again, that thing to like. It is not like that. It should be as per your need and as per your choice. Okay, so Linux is a very popular operating system, but unfortunately, Linux users are 2% in global operating system users. Okay, so we got Mac operating systems are 18. I think how much we have seen, that is 10%. Windows are 80%. So majority is Windows, and Linux are only 2%. So I am from this particular category, 2% category. Okay, so these are the thing. And another thing what I want to mention is that mobile operating systems, that is mobile phone, mobile devices. For mobile devices there are lots of operating systems which is specifically designed to handle mobile phones. Android is very popular of them, which is owned by Google, you know. I don't have to mention about Android to this generation. Even my son is also very much accustomed with this thing. So I don't have to mention this Android, what is Android and all that. And then Apple iOS, again your generation is much more knowledgeable about this Apple iOS also, and they have much more knowledge on this also. So these are some operating systems which has been specifically designed for the mobile phones. So these are known as mobile operating systems. So Android, the difference between the Android operating system and other operating system is that this is a general question may come. That's why I'm telling you that the very basic difference between Android operating system and other operating system is that Android operating systems are specifically designed for mobile phones. So it's a mobile operating system. You cannot install Android operating system in your computer, in your laptop. So that's the thing is. Okay, that's the basic difference, right? So this was today's topic about the operating systems and all that. If you have any question now, you can ask me, and I will like to answer this question. I will like to get some questions from you, uh, because the class always, it should be, I believe, it should be interactive. We should discuss lots of things among ourselves regarding our academics, or if you are facing any other problem, you can also discuss that with me in this platform sometimes after the classes. So do you have any other question or any other thing to discuss? You have any other